Welcome to Memorial Cooking Innovations. I'm Tim Scallon, registered dietitian.
And I'm Manuel Marini, executive chef.
Okay, so Chef Manny, daughter Claire came to see me. For those of you who don't know, my daughter is 29, lives in Austin, Texas. And so she comes to see me, and I naturally fixed dinner. And I prepared, you remember the stuffed pork that you did back a couple of shows?
Yeah, how did it go?
Oh, it was great. I tied it up with the butcher string just like you showed us, and it just came out great. And Claire said, "Whoa, Dad, your cooking has really gotten better." And so I said, well, it's because I've been watching Chef Manny on Memorial Cooking Innovations.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's great. We learn every day.
Well, we do. And so the next time she came to see me, she brought me something. You want to see what it is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. So, what do you
think?
think?
That's nice, Tim. Perfect. Look at that.
You like it?
I like it. I like it. That's great.
Now, I know I'm still just an apprentice chef.
But you'll get there.
I'm learning.
You'll get there. You're the chef at home.
That's right.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, well, Chef Manny, tell us what we're cooking today.
Well, you and I got together. We want to do something different. So we're going with a Moroccan style cooking. That's nice.
We're going to Morocco.
We only switched a couple of things, though.
Okay.
Normally in Morocco, they use a lot of couscous, but we're going to do dirty rice. I mean, like a brown rice.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is really good.
Okay.
So we're going to do a nice Moroccan chicken.
Yes.
And then some brown rice with a little bit of raisins and nuts.
So in a Moroccan style.
In a Moroccan style.
Okay.
And then we'll top it off with a nice chocolate tulip mousse.
Oh, a little chocolate.
And we're going to have fun with that.
Something?
And this is where everybody's going to have fun with.
Okay, that sounds great. All right.
Good.
Well, so what are we doing first?
First, I got the rice started because usually that takes a little long. So by the time the rice is ready, the chicken will be ready. We're ready to enjoy our dinner.
Okay.
I got a chicken here. Okay.
All
now
right.
the recipe does call for chicken thighs and skinless.
Okay.
All right. And we bought this at the market, local market. So
yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna rinse this off real quick. I'm gonna take the fat off of it.
Yeah. This is an opportunity to thank Brookshire Brothers for supporting our show. And so, in fact, that's where you got your chicken thighs today, huh?
Right.
Okay, good. Well, you know, whenever you mention doing couscous, and a lot of people around here may not know what couscous is, basically couscous is a pasta product. And it's little pearls of pasta that really are delicious, and you flavor it typically with chicken broth and vegetables like diced onions and all kinds of things. You know, couscous in Morocco is like a stew here. Everybody makes it their own way. But because it's pasta and not brown rice, it doesn't have any fiber in it. So the brown rice is a real nice, healthy addition to this dish.
And that is true.
Okay, so you've got 2 chicken thighs
I got
here.
2 chicken thighs. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trim this bit of fat off.
And I'm glad to see you doing that because, you know, we talk about chicken being a lean, healthy food, but this yellow fat that's on this chicken is worse in terms of raising your cholesterol than a piece of red meat. So anytime you're working with chicken, yes, chicken's lean, but don't eat any chicken fat because it's the bad stuff.
Yes. Okay, now the recipe calls for some red onions.
Yep.
I got some olive oil heating up a little bit.
Yep.
We're gonna throw our red onions.
And you've taught us that you're sweating the onions.
I'm gonna sweat the onions.
It's a chef term, sweating the onions.
Sweating the onion. We're gonna add the garlic. Remember, I usually save the garlic for last, but the recipe calls to add the garlic as soon as the onions are translucent.
Now why is that? Now normally you tell me don't add the garlic at the beginning because it makes it too strong. It burns.
Well, it burns, and then you get that smoky, strong flavor.
Yeah, and so
I like the fresh garlic flavor, but we're gonna do it just like this. We're gonna add our garlic.
Is it because you want more of that flavor in this dish?
I do.
Or is
For this one, I do.
Okay, okay. So this is really a preference thing then?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
It smells great. Okay.
Now,
I notice you've diced those onions really small. Okay.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Now I mixed my salt and pepper, and it's just a pinch, okay?
Just a pinch. Now remember, the dietitian pinch is sometimes a little smaller than the chef pinch, but that's okay.
But we're okay though.
We're on track with this.
Good. So now we're gonna add our chicken there. We're gonna brown it, okay, Tim?
Ooh, yeah. Okay. And, you know, one of the things that I've learned from you in this is, you know how here in the Deep South we always want to deep fry everything? Well, here you're using a saute pan, and you've got some oil there, but it's
very little.
Yeah, and it's a healthy olive oil. And so as you sear this chicken, talk to me about that. What are you really doing here?
Well, what we want to do really is brown it, give it a nice brown, nice color. And then we're going to add our vegetables, which we have some fresh zucchini, some tomatoes, and some garbanzo beans.
Ooh,
okay, and the seasoning that we're going to use is going to be a little bit of cinnamon.
Okay, now that's a different seasoning. We're not used to seasoning meat with
exactly,
cinnamon.
so this is typical.
So this is Moroccan, okay.
And then we're adding a little cumin and a little cayenne pepper.
Ooh, okay,
all right.
You know, one of the things when you read about Moroccan cuisine is that it's a little more highly seasoned than other Mediterranean cuisines.
True.
So as you're would you say that you're searing this chicken?
I am.
Okay, so
I'm searing it and browning it at the same time.
Okay, so you're actually not trying to cook the inside. You're just creating
the outside.
Yeah,
a nice crust.
A cooked layer that would actually seal in moisture and flavor, huh?
That's it.
Okay.
Now we got that. We're going to add our zucchini.
Okay.
And you know, the recipe calls for 1 large zucchini. Zucchini is really good for you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nice
yeah,
vegetable,
yeah.
so, I mean, you add a little bit more. Vegetables never hurt.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to add our tomatoes.
Yeah. In fact, in this particular recipe, we were talking about, you know, when we get together, we take a traditional recipe, and I say, okay, so Chef Manny, how do you want to do this? And you always give me your input. Well, in this particular, then I take that recipe back and do a nutritional analysis on it. Well, in this particular recipe, because we're serving this dish with rice, we were a little high on our carbs, and you know, we're hitting healthy guidelines from the American Diabetes Association, American Heart Association, et cetera, et cetera. And so what we did to alter the carbs in this dish
was to reduce the amount of carbs that we have on the garbanzos and add more vegetables to it.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
So that's really good.
Yeah. And this is a good cooking tip at home. Now, everyone's not counting their carbs, and that's okay, but when you're looking at calories, carbs versus vegetables, you know, carbohydrates have kind of gotten a bad name. It's not that they're bad, but they are higher in calories. And so basically by adding a little bit more tomato and zucchini and fewer garbanzo beans, we're lowering the calorie content of this dish.
Okay, now the cayenne pepper is something that we really got to be careful about. Yeah. Very little.
Okay.
You could always add more, but you can't take it out. So,
yeah. Okay.
Right,
good,
and the cinnamon does give it a nice little flavor.
And that's that cumin. I can smell that cumin in with this.
Okay, we'll go back and taste it in a minute.
Yeah, and that's another tip that I've learned from you is I see you tasting always, at least at the end before you
serve it. And the reason for that is you might be a little bit short on something or too much of the other. We're going to wait till of course the chicken cooks off. Then we can taste it, make sure that's the flavor that you want, and then if we have to add something else, we can let it cook for a few more minutes.
Okay.
Good? Okay, so we're going to do that. Now we're going to add our garbanzo. What's the other name for these?
Chickpeas.
Chickpeas.
And actually chickpeas or garbanzo beans, you know, this is one of the oldest vegetables that we know that man was cultivating. 7,500 years ago, they found remnants of chickpeas in the Mediterranean. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, we got everything else. We're going to save the cilantro for last, okay?
Okay.
Now I'm going to finish it in the oven.
Okay. All right. That is beautiful. Before you put that in there, are you getting the color in this dish? You know, we eat with our eyes. You tell me this all the time, and whoa, what a beautiful dish.
We're just going to slide it in here, Tim.
Okay.
Beautiful. And then we got our rice going. It's looking good.
Okay.
All right. And then we'll continue. We'll start on the dessert, and then we'll plate it all up together. What do you think?
Sounds good.
You know what, Tim? One of the things I meant to mention to you was when we're cooking our chicken, we're cooking at 325 degrees.
Yep.
That at about 20 minutes. But the best way to check your chicken is always to have a thermometer with you.
Okay.
All right, and let me tell you why. The chicken could be thick pieces or might have a bone in it.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that when you do take the temperature, you take it right in the middle, the thickest part of the chicken.
Okay.
It's not I know that the recipe mentions
till it's tender.
Tender and moist.
Yeah.
But how do I know it's fully cooked? And we're going to do that. So we're going to stick it for about 20 minutes. We'll take the temperature, and I'll show you how it works.
Well, and sometimes you hear people say cook poultry until the juices run clear.
Yeah, and
but
it doesn't really make, especially in the center of it, especially if you got bone in it.
Yeah.
It might be clear on the outside and nice and juicy, but the middle of the bone is raw.
You
it's
never
bloody.
know unless you put a thermometer.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and we'll take our temperature. And you can buy them locally. Yeah. These are the nice ones. These are the digital ones that or you can do the other ones, and we can talk about that one also. But you always got to have one with you.
Okay, so cooking thermometer, essential tool.
It's always good,
Okay.
So
so while that's cooking,
how about the dessert? We got the rice going. The rice is pretty easy. It's a real simple dish. So I got these little what are they called? The wafers, the chocolate wafers.
Yeah.
Okay, local
now,
at the
are
store.
These chocolate wafers too?
These are red because it is Valentine's, February, Heart Month, and all that good stuff. I thought we'd have fun with the red.
It's flavored chocolate. It's colored chocolate.
Exactly.
Okay.
And these are chocolate. Okay.
Okay.
So
these look like chocolate.
They do, don't they? We're gonna throw them in the microwave.
Strawberry then.
No, sorry. It's just a little color to it.
Okay.
We're going to throw it in here for about, 30 seconds. We'll check it, okay?
It doesn't take long, so you got to watch this.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. So you do want to make it to about 90 degrees temperature. So we're going to stir it around. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to coat it on these little balloons.
No, you're not going to use a balloon.
Yeah, we're going to make a nice tulip cup with
this,
okay?
Are you sure?
But if it's too hot, it'll blow up.
Okay.
All right, so...
I got to see this to believe it, Chef Man.
Well, actually, you're the one in charge of it. I'm going to show you, and you're going to be in charge of that.
You're going to let a dietitian do this?
Why not? It's fun, isn't it?
I thought I was still just an apprentice. Okay, so Chef Manny, let's see if these things are the right temperature. So we've heated them up in the microwave, and what we want is we want them to be...
About 90, 94 degrees.
Okay, let's see what we got.
So the balloon does not pop.
Yeah, so the only way you can know that is, got to turn this the right way, is to temp it. Wow. And this one's reading 89 degrees, so I think we're ready to go on this one.
Yeah, we have to kind of move a little fast because you don't want it to get too cold, right?
That's right, that's right.
So if you don't mind, we're going to grab one of these balloons. Like I said, you always got to have extras.
Yeah.
Never plan on 4 and 4, that's all you got, because they will pop on you.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do, all right, Tim?
All right.
We're going to start from the center, work your way down, and bring it back up again.
There. Okay.
Okay?
All right.
It's pretty easy, though, right?
Okay, yeah.
Then we're going to go over to the red one. Yeah, we're going to go to the red one and do the same thing. Okay. Go around.
One right there. Okay. Okay. All right.
Hold that for 1 second, let it cool off a little bit, and then we can probably stand it up.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same thing here.
Okay.
And the deeper you go, the more of a shape you'll have.
More of a leaf you have on your tulip.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think I'm okay to set this down like that?
Yeah, now you can set it down.
Okay, I'm just going to put him right here.
And I'll tell you what, these chocolate, they come in different colors, so you could actually mix them all together and you'll have something.
All right, now let me try one.
Go for it.
Okay. All right, now I've kind of seen how you've done this. So you said start like this.
And work there you go, as far as you can.
As far as you can to get a good, you're trying to get a good leaf on there. And if you get too much against the bowl, it messes up your leaf. So it does take a little bit of skill, but with a little practice.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
You'll get it. You'll do good.
If you get the kids doing this, it's a great thing for them to play with. Okay, what do you think, Chef Manny?
That's beautiful.
Think that's okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
The kids can have a great time with this, and then you've got you and the kids in the kitchen doing a family activity together. You're on your feet. You're not vegging in front of the TV. Isn't that a great thing?
This is it right here.
All right.
And they'll have fun with doing something like this.
Oh,
so anyway,
love this.
We're going to go refrigerator, okay?
Okay.
Now that we got in the refrigerator, Tim, let's pull this. Remember, this is going to be hot. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll pull the chicken out.
Okay.
Looking good.
Yes, it's beautiful.
My pair of tongs, we're going to shift it around.
Okay.
We're going to mix it up a little bit, okay?
Okay.
It's looking, it smells good. Smell that cinnamon?
Yeah, it smells wonderful. Now.
Okay, now.
And that's an interesting, to smell cinnamon with chicken. We're just not.
And cumin.
Yeah, yeah.
And everything, really.
It's
okay,
beautiful.
so here's what when we were talking about temp.
Yeah.
To me, the chicken looks perfect, ready to go, doesn't it?
But we don't know for sure.
But we don't know for sure. So you got to stick it in the thermometer, and
you're going in the
right in the
part.
center.
Yeah. You got 182.
So this chicken
180.
is ready to roll.
So he's good. As long as you're over 160, huh?
165.
165, okay. All right,
That
so
looks
we're good.
good. Okay, so one thing I want to do to the recipe is that we're going to add our broth.
Okay.
All right.
So you've
I'm
chosen
just gonna do a little bit of broth.
Okay.
This is a chicken broth, of course.
Chosen.
And we're going to just let it sit in the oven for a little bit, and it's going to reduce itself, okay?
And of course, you know, I've got to say that this is a low-sodium chicken broth, and that's an important point. You see us using vegetable broth, chicken. Actually, we don't use a lot of chicken broth, but it works for this recipe. But always choose a low-sodium broth because you're in control of how salty it is. If you choose a regular chicken broth, you're not gonna hit your sodium healthy guideline on that. So very important point, low-sodium chicken broth. Okay.
Okay. We got our rice.
Yeah. So
It's
rice
nice,
is done.
hot. Okay. So
Beautiful brown rice.
beautiful brown rice. I'm going to set it here for 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you don't mind, this should be perfect.
So you're bringing our flours back out.
Okay, here's the fun part, Tim.
Oops, I'm
Let
sorry.
me get this right here.
Yeah.
The fun part of this is going to be that we pop the balloon.
You're going to pop the balloon?
We're going to pop the balloon, okay?
Okay, you sure that's a good idea?
Well, you see?
Look at that.
Huh?
Whoa. Nice
Is that
little
cool or
flower.
what?
That is. That's cool. Okay.
Right? And usually you'll find the balloon that's got
Yeah.
nice little pieces. Just pull the pieces of the balloon out.
Yeah, there he is. He comes
All right?
out.
It looks good.
Okay, do
so we're
another
going to do another one.
Okay.
Now it
There's
doesn't
that
really
one.
want to pop.
Yep. Get him out of there.
So this will
Very
be fun,
careful.
especially now Valentine's.
Yeah,
you know,
this is great
yeah,
for
this'll be-
Valentine's Day.
There
Okay,
you go.
there we
Look
go.
at that.
Just get that little piece of balloon out. Whoa, is that not cool? Okay.
All right,
All
now
right, okay.
we have a little bit, because we're going to do this real quick, and then we're going to finish off the chicken and
Yep.
the rice.
Yep.
I got a little bit of fat-free,
Sugar-free
sugar-free
whipped
whipped topping.
Okay.
And then I have some cocoa here.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, Tim, we're just going to stir it around. I got a nice wooden spoon.
Okay.
I got a nice wooden spoon.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, just go ahead and.
Yeah, I just don't want to mess those pretty things up. So,
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you ready?
Well, yeah, go ahead and I'm just going to pour it so it doesn't lump up on us.
Mm-hmm.
Just mix it, mix. And then we'll stuff them and then refrigerate them for just a minute.
You know, it's so easy to do some of these things, and you just sometimes need someone like Chef Manny to teach you how this is. We had a viewer tell us that he made the
sushi.
The sushi
You told me about that.
for New Year's guests, and everybody raved about it. And you know what's neat about this, about how you show us
I
to
like
do
chocolate.
this? Yeah, let's put a little more in there. Is
A little
that
more doesn't hurt on chocolate, right?
That's right.
You mentioned something about chocolate, but yeah, the gentleman.
Well, I was just going to say that, you know, the more you try things like this, the more confidence you get in trying something else. And so, you know, try these balloons. I mean, you saw how easy these were. And same thing for the sushi and the, you know, for that matter, the stuffed pork. You know, that looked really fancy when I finished it, but it wasn't really that hard. You know, it wasn't that hard. It was easy to, I thought tying it up with the string was going to be difficult, and, you know, it just really wasn't. So you got to watch Memorial Cooking Innovations, see how Chef Manny is teaching us to do these basic cooking techniques.
And you know, when we do our live class here at Memorial, we actually get a lot of compliments. We do this show, of course, and then we do it live.
Yeah.
And once they do it, they see the whole thing. They enjoy doing it. And
Yeah.
the next month is we did this last week, or we did this twice this week, and you know.
Well,
so anyway,
here, let me help with that. And this is where you've got your kids helping you.
or we could put it in a pastry bag, but this is fun too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and you know that's another thing that I've learned is that a pastry bag is an essential cooking tool. You know, over the holidays, I did a chocolate cream pie. There we go.
I'll
And
put a little bit more on that one, Tim.
okay. Good. And in doing this chocolate cream pie, you know, the old way, I would have just taken the sugar-free, fat-free topping and layered it on the pie. Well, it just doesn't look as good as if you take Chef Manny showed me how to take a pastry bag, and you've seen him do this on the show where you've got this cone-shaped bag, and you roll down the big side of the bag and spoon in your, whatever your, in this case, the whipped topping, and then roll it back up and, you know, get it to where you've got pressure squeezing it, and you make these cute little just squirts, basically. They look like little flowers on the cream pie, and all of a sudden you've got something that looks professionally done. And so, pastry bag.
Look at that. And we got some cherries.
Okay.
You know that strawberry Romanov, that my favorite, the
yes.
whipped cream, the little brandy.
Yeah.
You could also fill these up with that. You know what I mean? That would be awesome.
Yeah, that
I thought about
good.
bringing some of that, but you know
this
is good. Chocolate, Valentine's, February.
Whoa.
You know, that's colorful. That's pretty.
Beautiful, yeah.
I'm going to put this in the refrigerator,
Okay.
All right, Tim. Now we got the dessert in the refrigerator. The chicken's ready to go.
Okay.
Let's finish the rice real quick. Let me get rid of this.
All right.
Now, here, I got some walnuts. Very nice walnuts.
Yep.
I got healthy. I got golden raisins.
Yep.
Nice, sweet.
Yep.
So instead of using the couscous, we're actually going to go use the
brown rice.
Brown rice. Okay. So the recipe says, let's chop the walnuts a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these up real quick, okay, Tim?
Okay, all right. Well, you know, walnuts is another healthy thing. Any kind of nuts would be healthy to lower our risk of heart disease. So you're going to...
Is that because of the oil?
It's healthy oil, yes.
And you know what? Talk about oil. When you roast them, you got to do it quick because they will burn fast.
Yeah,
you know, depending on the
exactly
flame,
right. So you got to keep stirring these.
Yeah, you just got to keep stirring these real quick. Okay, go ahead.
And it's not only the oil; it's also the skin on all kinds of nuts. Like for example, almonds have that little bitty skin on them, and this is a kind of fiber that lowers cholesterol, and also it's the healthy oil. Okay, so
I got this. If you don't mind, keep a good eye on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're going to
parsley.
Yeah.
I got some nice parsley. One of the things you asked me is the way I cut it, the way you were watching me the other day cutting it.
Yes, because, you know, I used to take parsley and I would carefully, with a pair of scissors, you know, cut each little piece off. And I was watching
I bet it took a long time.
Yeah, it took forever. It kind of made me not want to do it. And I was watching how you do it in the kitchen, so I wanted you to show us how you cut parsley.
Well, you know, parsley is dirty, so you make sure you run it in water really good and then shake it and, you know, shake it off a little bit. I'm going to pull these out right here so we can get a camera shot, okay?
Yeah.
So what I like to do is, here's the stem, just put it all together. Even if you don't use a lot of it, if you're just going to use a little bit of it, let's say, for instance, we're just going to use a little bit for our rice, right? So I'm just going to tear up a little bit, just keep it
You're
whole.
actually going to use a cup of this for this rice, and in fact, we wanted to talk about that, but I wanted you to see how he just does this all at one time. And it's okay if you get some of these stems in here, and you know, this takes practice, I can tell you. I'm getting faster. I'm getting better at this. Over the holidays, I was working on cutting parsley. And I can't quite get it as fine as you did.
I could do it a lot finer, Tim, but we want to kind of not too fine, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to add our parsley. We're going to add our raisins, okay, Tim?
Yep.
Nice golden raisins, nice sweet. That's where we're going to get the flavor from. Okay, we're going to add that.
And you know, this dish actually calls for a cup of parsley. You know, as Americans, we're used to thinking of parsley as something on the plate to make it look
decoration.
Pretty. But in this case, the parsley is adding flavor and texture and a lot of nutrition to this rice dish. And this is a very Mediterranean and especially a Moroccan thing to do, to add so much parsley to a dish. It's actually a secondary ingredient in the dish.
And this is really good. And you're going to enjoy this with the chicken. It's going to be a good combination.
Beautiful. You know, we talk about adding brown rice. Brown rice is healthy. What I learned about brown rice, it's not just that it has fiber, whereas the white rice doesn't. Recall that brown rice is white rice. It just doesn't have the hull removed. It also has a little bit of healthy oil. And in fact, it's the oil in the rice, not the fiber, that lowers our cholesterol.
Beautiful.
Just like olive oil. Okay.
You know what, Tim? Our
Yep.
chicken should be ready.
Ooh, it smells wonderful.
Let me get my rag over here. Nice and hot. Now, we got that going there. Now, for this one, we're going to finish it off with a little cilantro.
Okay.
Okay, and I got some right here. Same thing with the cilantro, Tim.
Yeah.
But we don't want to chop it fine either.
Yeah, and not too much on this because cilantro is a strong flavor too, and some people don't like the flavor of cilantro.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the smell of it.
Yeah,
I don't mind cooking with it, though.
yeah.
People enjoy it, so it's what people like. So
Cilantro and parsley both are in a similar family. They're both very healthy foods. So a real interesting mix here. You've got chickpeas in this. You've got zucchini. You've got cinnamon. You've got cilantro. These are all very, very.
blow on it, because you know.
Yeah. We're not used to combining. Oh, I smell the cinnamon.
It smells really
and
good,
the
doesn't it?
cumin, yeah. You know, Chef Manny is always balancing flavors. Still pretty hot.
What's the flavor like? Good? I was going to taste it and I forgot. I really don't like the flavor of cilantro, but, you know, I like cooking with it, though.
Well,
a lot of recipes.
this is blended very well, Chef Manny. You know, what we have lost in some of our cooking is by using so much salt, we lose a lot of the blended flavors. You know, if you put too much salt, all you taste is salt. In this, you can taste several different flavors.
I smell the cumin, the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
You're enjoying it, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. This is delicious. And look at this beautiful dish.
And then this one right here, you and I are gonna sit down in a minute and enjoy it.
Okay.
But we're gonna do it like a little platter type thing, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And this is nice. So if you're cooking for a 6-7, put a nice platter, put the rice in the bottom, make a bed of rice, and then put the chicken, and then set it on the center of the table.
Oh, and then serve it family style.
Exactly. This
That's
is
a
very
great
nice,
idea.
right? So we got that. Now our dessert.
And
This is pretty.
we are ready for a beautiful evening. So we've got you've invited your guests. You've done you and the kids have prepared the dessert, and I like your idea of serving the Moroccan dish on the table together. This is the kind of things that you learn on Memorial Cooking Innovations. We want to thank the City of Lufkin for distributing Memorial Cooking Innovations, and certainly thanks to Sodexo for all of your expertise and our friends at Brookshire's. And especially we want to thank you, our viewers. You can see that we enjoy doing this kind of thing, and it's because it's because of you that we get to do it. So keep watching, send us your comments, and see you next time.
See you next time.